This is the content.
How could I take this seriously from the guy who brought a GoPro that was slanted at a 45 on a tiny tripod that you couldn't even move?
By the way, all we see is
how could I take that seriously?
We just see your giant ass arm in the frame, and that's it.
Yeah, you better make your arm.
That's called foreground. Look at this.
Use your other hand.
People get confused. People get confused about Tim, but he has the most powerful limbs on a human I've seen. His legs are fucking tree trunks.
Okay. Yeah.
This is called depth.
Is it seriously like, can I not do this?
See that?
Yeah.
Actually, move
I do
because
look like
like,
I'm licking
all you
my-
can see is about this much of my nose.
Yes, I got to keep swinging that one over a little bit.
God, for the love of God. How about
Should we just move to the fucking fireplace?
We should just leave. Shut up.
No.
We should just leave them on the table and do this. We're gonna do the entire podcast bent over the microphone just like this.
Kind of like,
And someone at some point is going to fall asleep on the microphone.
like the girls
that.
from Sweaty Balls.
Oh, those are, they do
Yeah,
the
sweaty.
Yeah.
Don't forget about our special holidays this year. Sweaty balls. Sweaty balls.
Sweaty balls.
I think now I have
That is
Back
a meaty
when Alec
ball.
Baldwin was
Josh, did you
funny.
clap? This is his job. Clapper.
He's the clapper.
Technically,
He
it's
is-
usually my job to preset up everything, and Tim goes in and says, "Oh, that's wrong. Oh, that's wrong."
He is the clapper. Is that a good nickname for him?
No, it's a terrible nickname for me.
Yeah. Well, Josh, why don't you give the rundown of what brings us all together? What unites the boys in
Well,
location and
this
space
is
and
Utah TAC, and rather than
Oh,
have
oh.
myself talk about, yes.
Hold on.
Clap. Oh, so you already popped. Premature popping.
Is this first time on the pod kind of deal?
Yeah,
I'm a
apparently.
little more
Have you been on?
sophisticated than you guys.
Listen, the rules do not apply to me. I've been drinking for hours.
Don't you have a saying? If you're not wasted, the day is.
Yeah. So apparently, I've rented a adequate home here in Utah, but I'll let everybody else talk about the house than me because all I do is bitch about how much it was.
It's a beautiful home. Brandon's the architecture guy. Tell us about the home.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you want like top level, top tier, different details designed, but tastefully done. And Josh definitely paid too much because there were supposed to be more people that came and that were going to participate and were going to be putting in their funds, and then they decided to not come. Because you know why? You know why? They were scared. They were scared of Tim. They were scared of Tim and his absolute sluicing of the 12s today.
The 12s,
They were scared of Tim and the 12s.
Whatever.
Timmy the 12
This is
man.
all purely theory, but Josh, do you want to talk about like
I don't want to talk about that.
the original crew? Okay.
The original crew?
So there was
Let's not.
Okay.
Let's just not.
There
were supposed to be 3 other people that are not here.
There was a larger
Just leave it at
cast that was cast to be here that
Don Trump Jr.
couldn't make it.
Why did he bail?
Senior and junior could not make it.
Yeah.
Do you think Senior would have made it up the mountain? That's kind of rough.
He probably would have
think so.
been like helicoptered up
yeah.
and dropped down, and then he'd just walk downhill. And he'd drink like 7 Diet Cokes while he was doing it.
Oh, I would love that because I could push the red Diet Coke
Yes, you
button
could.
too.
And then you could get him exactly how you wanted.
We got to intro this silver fox of a man on my left.
Do that.
Yeah. You know your whole.
Oh,
you
yeah,
call
this
it the
is-
Silver Fox.
This is a beer podcast too, so there might be obscenities and
This is vodka soda and orange juice.
I tend to not refrain from profanity, so we're fine.
burping into the microphone.
I
That's,
pulled my head away.
Okay.
I did adequate things.
Was that what she said?
I like to think I have established audio responsibilities adequately.
yes, you are very responsible.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Did I just miss that? That's what she said.
You said that. You said
Okay,
that's
all
what she
right. It
said.
just
But
didn't hit.
I looked around the room. None of us were 5, so nobody said anything.
Are we going that way?
Well, we got to introduce the silver fox, dude. My partner on the course today.
Do I got to introduce myself?
Well, you want me to?
Yes,
All right, so
yes.
this is the most inappropriate. Yeah,
I mean, who booked the
humorless
place?
man. I did.
Yeah, so you obviously you got to introduce Bob.
Okay. Well, this is.
Can I get some music to kind of build it
A
up?
pre-roll?
There you go.
You got a beat? You want to mix up a rhythm?
There you go.
I need some porn something for Bob. Like, exactly.
I mean, I can.
That would
I can-
actually.
I
honestly,
can
that
only
would be
watch porn
appropriate.
for 3 or 4 hours. That's it.
That's all I got.
In the hot tub or the sauna with
Jo-
everyone.
Josh can rip off a 90s music riff pretty good.
I'm all right.
Hey,
But
okay.
my throat's all
Just
scratchy,
do
so I
Bob.
ain't doing it.
Do
This
Bob.
is the one, the only, the legendary Bob Legasa. Bob is an amazing human being and a lot of fun and very profane. And there's no way if you spend more than a day with him, you're not going to see his ball sack. That's just how it works. It's Legasa. Deal with it.
Yeah,
But he has
that's
a good fucking time, and he has amazing stories, and have lived a life that most would dream of.
Okay, but why would people know Bob?
Well, there's a lot of reasons people might know Bob. He had the old Borat suit that probably made its way around the world. Bob survived a grizzly attack, which has been talked about a lot, which is pretty amazing. Bob used to be on TV quite a bit, and Bob was a relatively moderately famous skier. What would you call it?
U.S. ski team, U.S.
US
freestyle
ski
ski team. So yeah, I did professional skiing.
So
shit.
moderately is probably not accurate. Relatively famous skier. Yes?
Did you ever take the title of pro?
I've been
Pro
pro,
skier?
since I've been 25 till probably 60.
So Bob's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, he's a
We
BFG.
established. Fair enough.
You know what archery people love?
Now, see,
is
normally-
people that ski.
Normally, you're not wrong. Normally, normally I would be queued up on what the expectations to say were, but I'm just flying from the hip. But
was
Bob's a pretty
great.
amazing man outside of all that. And
Good man.
Yeah, he's a good man.
I like to have fun.
In the
No
business,
shit.
Coming to TAC events, which is a mixture of both of the lifestyles that I live. Skiing, obviously, but we're not skiing. I'm hanging out at a ski resort. The ski culture is still around here, and archery. And that archery, the hunting community, is what that's what makes me me.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I think the formal term for Bob is he's a vibes guy. He's a vibes guy.
He is a
guy.
vibes guy.
He's gonna elevate the mood of the room.
I will say
It's a
that
good time.
He's the only grown man I've seen like his balls within 24 hours of, that I can remember in recent history. Like the only grown man.
Who
where
has
it's
a deeper arsenal of dirty jokes?
I've never met
Nobody.
anyone.
Nobody.
Going back to the balls, it shouldn't be your screensaver.
Yeah, yeah, Brandon. Don't make it weird.
I don't find
What's
that
weird-
weird. I don't find that weird at
What's
all.
weird is the number of times I've seen Bob's balls.
Is it a balls or is it a fruit basket?
Combos.
Once again, this is the
Yes.
archery content that people love. all the sweet children that you've signed autographs for are like, "What's balls?"
I did say a lot of kids'
You
autographs
did.
today. It was
I don't
like,
know what these parents
Oh
were
my
thinking,
God.
introducing them to your content and yours.
hey,
I still think
other than
one
the
of the
profanity, my content's great.
one of the funniest things is seeing somebody's ass, bare asses. I mean, I laugh my ass off when I'm driving down the highway and somebody moons me. I'm like, yeah.
Have you
Yeah,
ever been
that's-
mooned and
that's-
not smiled?
That is not that I have from you.
You didn't smile?
No, he didn't smile.
Oh.
I mooned you?
No, I mooned you, and your ass didn't smile. You don't remember that? Driving back from Eugene from Elk-Shape Camp?
Oh, yes, I
He
did.
had this like jacked
bit
up.
his lip.
He had
No, he
this
bit his
jacked
lip. He was
look on
like,
his face. He was like, he was so like smiling. His face just goes for like,
I'll tell you a quick little mooning story.
do it.
So we've got two rigs, and we drive by my buddy Tommy and Allison, and we're coming back from a trip up in Canada. We pass. I've got my butt out the window. I moon them, and everybody's kind of laughing. And then Allison says to Tommy, "Well, let me show them my boobs."
This is a different thing.
Tommy,
You're not getting the difference here, are you?
Tommy opens up the
Sunroof.
The sunroof.
Yeah.
And she's going to jump up and do that. Well, she does that, but he's got a space case on there. She hits her head against it and pretty much knocks herself out and rolls down on the floor, and she is like almost out unconscious.
Oh, good time.
Well,
Tim,
we'll-
get us back on the rails.
Yeah, we'll
my
reel it
friend.
back. We'll reel it back in.
How
So
did we get here?
we come to Salt Lake City to get together, sling some carb, and have a good time. Right? Have you been to Utah?
Yes, I did.
For this
When
event?
when we were at Park City one year, I came solo.
Right.
Rented a condo by myself, like solo. So doing it with like a community of people that are fun is a way different experience. Yeah.
Have you been to Salt
Yes,
Lake?
I have. I came down for the soaking festival.
Soaking festival.
Oh, man.
And we're off the rails again.
No.
And Tim, bring us back.
This is my second Utah TAC.
Okay.
And
your fourth soaking festival.
I've been to Utah numerous times skiing.
Okay.
This is a great place. But I love this place. It's fun courses.
Yeah, you got to bomb over to Park City
Yep.
and then take the back road over the top.
It's the first time that I've come in that way. Yep, the back road.
Yes.
I was sitting on that waiting, like, where's it coming? It's coming. Here it is. Here it is.
Focus, Bob, focus. No, so I've got a lot of friends that live in Park City.
Yes.
It's actually the U.S. ski team center right there, and they have the Utah Olympic Training Center where they ski jump, freestyle jumping into a pool where they're training. So I stopped over there on the day before here and visited a few friends, and then came around that back route, and it was awesome. That road has always been there, but it was gravel for a long time, I guess.
Yes, I thought it was gravel, actually.
And then it's closed during the winter because of snow, obviously.
Sure.
But it is the most incredible drive. It's just so elky with all the aspens and the greenery of the meadows. Yeah, it was beautiful drive. So I'm pretty stoked to do that finally.
Yeah, and we're in like the ski cap. You could argue this is the ski capital of the world.
They're having the Olympics here in 2034.
Already hosted Olympics.
Yeah.
You know, everyone says best snow in the world.
2002 was the Utah Olympics, Park City, actually in Salt Lake, and they're going to do it again in 2034. And
how many different resorts are kind of all connected here?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Let me name off the ones I know. Solitude, Brighton, Deer Valley, Park City, Canyons. Those are the big three on the Park City side. And then on this side, I missed a couple.
You've got Snowbird over on the other side.
Snowbird, Alta.
Then up by, I think, Ogden, Powder Mountain, which is a small place.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple other small, very mom and pop type resorts around.
So that's like 10. If Mike Lee would have had his way, there would have been way more, you guys. We would have had Joseph Smith Mountain. It would have been incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's right up there with the soaking.
All right.
Back on the
There's
rails.
a lot of ski resorts here, and this is some of the best powder skiing in the world.
Is that actually legit? Because
Yes.
I didn't know if you were going to be
is.
like,
Well,
because you've probably done Europe and all that stuff.
hands down, North America is by far, I think, better powder skiing than Europe. Yeah, they get fresh snow and stuff, but here in the U.S., here it's so dry because all that snow coming across, all that moisture content coming across the Nevada through that dry desert area, it just
Sucks the moisture
out.
No humidity.
And it's cold here, and up in in the northern part where we live, it's freaking awesome. I mean, tons and tons of snow. And the only thing that I don't like about skiing in the resorts for powder skiing in today's world are all the high-speed quads. And it does not take more than an hour and a half before everything to get hammered. And then it's, just typical resort skiing. But for the first hour, it's good, and that's it.
Yeah.
Powder Mountain is a different story, though. It's still mom and pop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So if you've never been to a Total Archery Challenge, most of them are held at a ski resort, and then they bomb you up to the top, and then you kind of zigzag your way down the mountain. And to be able to do that at like arguably one of the best ski areas in the world, like this is just a sick canvas. What did you think, impression of what we saw today?
Yeah, I mean, just like stunning terrain. If you were going to think about a perfectly picturesque venue, because we started at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to see the kind of ambient light raise up, ponds that are mountain ponds that are at 9,500 feet. We saw the mule deer feeding out into these drainages and stuff like that. It was just it's totally epic. So for me,
and we had no
Tennessee,
wind. Never happens.
And we got lucky.
Never happens.
Cloud cover, no wind.
Yeah, couldn't have been nicer.
Me coming from Tennessee and shooting a lot of Tennessee and the Texas TAC, it's totally different terrain.
Yeah,
just so much more elevation. Yeah, and then aspen, shooting through aspen trees and alleys and stuff like that. It's a totally different thing. I'm super glad I came.
We're literally at about 8,000 feet here, and at the top, I think we hit 9,500.
I think the high one on this is Solitude on Brighton is higher than that.
I think
could be.
too.
I think it's 10,000.
10 Gs.
I think it's over 11.
And was it that high?
It might be.
I just remember 2 years ago when we were at that one when we did Knock On, and that was the highest lift you could get off on, and you look in any direction and you just see
everything.
Yeah, if there's any way we can do that tomorrow afternoon, I would.
That is one of the more
so that's supposed to be the Be Real course.
Oh, is that the B-roll
this
course?
year? Yeah.
Okay, it's freaking
I think
amazing.
Prime is over there.
And
as
everybody
well.
I talked to gave a really positive reviews today.
Gotcha.
They said at the top, little gnarly getting down, but then the shots are pretty technical, long, but also cool.
Yeah.
What was your impression?
I love this place. Last time I came here, I said I'd never actually miss it. And the only reason I didn't come here last year was we ended up planning that elk immersion camp before they set the dates for this.
Yeah.
And they put them over the top of it. And we were already committed to be doing that. So this place is amazing. Out of all the ones I come, I would think realistically, PA might be better, maybe, as far as like how everything runs, how everything flows. The negative to here, if I got to give a negative, is the vendor village for where you end up getting dumped off. For the most part, you don't end up at the vendor village. You end up somewhere else. So the people that are participating, they're already kind of wiped. They end up at their car, and it's like, do I want to walk all the way uphill to get to the vendor village, or do I want to drive down from Brighton? Drive down from Brighton, because the vendor village is here in Solitude, which is the next range, and drive down, park somewhere else, and then walk back uphill to try to get to the vendor village. It is a little nuts, and I don't think any of the vendors are super happy about it. And the vendor village is supposed to be where everybody hangs out. And I think because of the way this is laid out, you don't get nearly the hang that you should. And I like these for the hang more than anything. I'm happy to go sling carbon with the boys and have a good time and all that, but I want to interact with the people, and this one's kind of tricky on that. But outside of that, nothing really beats this place.
This is their biggest event, though, I believe.
No, PA's bigger.
PA is the biggest, yeah.
PA is the biggest.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? I wouldn't have thought that at all.
Yeah, I think PA's attendance like 7,500 or something.
Well, and I was talking. No, it's not. It's 5,000.
Okay.
But
I think this is
talking to
5,000-ish.
It's 45 to 48.
So it's close.
It's close.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Sean on the way up this morning, and he was mentioning that they're going to expand PA. Now, there's not a solid, here's what we're doing, and here's how many it's going to be. But what their potential likelihood is way bigger than this. Like, it'll be like monstrously bigger than any other one. And they sell PA out like that.
Wow. That's amazing how quickly they sell out.
You know how many bow hunters are in the state of Pennsylvania?
A lot.
There's a reason Lancaster's in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There's like 300 and something thousand bow hunters in that state.
Wow.
And you've been like a little bit of a traveling gypsy this year. So you've went to a shitload of TACs, right?
I'd say a lot like a traveling gypsy.
Yeah,
I don't think a little bit's accurate.
You've been to a shitload of TACs. Like there's not that many people have been to more TACs than you this year, especially. There's just not. So where's this one rank up?
I still really love this one, just from the ability of how you can hang and where things are. But this is the only one I've been to that the weather was good so far. Everyone's been bad. And I've been to a lot of them, and every one of them's like raining and shitty and
Tennessee
cold.
was amazing.
It was an ass, and you know it. So
you could
it's
canoe
hard.
down the
it's
course.
hard. You could. It was hard not to say this was the best one, but I honestly, most of PA, most of the way it's laid out, you end up at the vendor village, and there's that many people, and we had shitty weather, and I still think the vendor village might have been busier than here with bad weather. And there was a couple of cool little spots to hang out with. There was a hell of a restaurant/bar in the upper end. They had freaking axe throwing and stuff in it. Like it was cool.
Oh,
like
that'd be good.
Oh yeah, get all liquored up and bunch of archery boys throwing axes down. See if somebody loses a limb. Guaranteed that's happened.
Put that apple on your head.
No shit. Yeah, but no, honestly, I'll give it to PA. I get why it's the biggest, and that place is very friendly to what Sean's trying to do.
Yeah.
Most of the places he deals with, when he starts to deal with the Forestry Service, they don't want it.
Right.
And it starts to become a problem. No different than they like if you try to change a route of an existing trail or anything like that, it's always a battle. And I feel for him in it. Like I have to say, shout out to Sean for what he has done, because I don't know anybody who would put up with the shit that guy's put up with to get to this point. It is really, really, really difficult to do this.
Sean is the dude that
runs TAC.
He's the owner, right?
Well, as far as I know, yes, he's the owner. I don't know if there's other money. His staff's incredible. Everything's awesome. Yeah. Top to bottom, it's awesome. No. And like I said, I don't know anybody who would put up with what that man puts up with on a daily basis. It's an incredible deal, and it needs to be commended. Like if anybody's trying to hold events like this, you need to come to an event that he does and watch what he does, because they're done really, 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 really well.
I gave him some props today for route setting. I've shot a couple local shoots recently that have been just like, it felt more like they're just 3D targets just pitched out. without kind of rhyme, reason, or rhythm. And at these events, it always feels like there's like a rhyme, reason, or rhythm. And there's usually a good mix of short, medium, and long, and like balance of technical and non-technical.
At the local shoots that you're doing, do you feel like they're doing that because they have limited space, or because they just like kind of don't care? Like,
no, I don't think it was. I don't think it was that. I think
You got a third possibility here.
it was newer to the hosts, and I think just a first
Lack of
time.
experience, maybe?
Yeah, lack of experience.
Yeah, lack of experience.
You get better at things with experience, and with the volume of events these guys have hosted all over the U.S., like they've gotten really good at it.
Yeah,
right?
who's held more 3D archery tournaments than Total Archery Challenge?
Nobody.
They're doing
I mean,
a dozen to 20 of them every year, and at a scale that nothing is at. Like, not even close.
This
That's
is the
close,
model.
true, yeah.
This is the model.
But what makes this cool, though? Like, I'm more curious about that. Like,
Yeah.
what makes a shot a cool shot? Did you feel unsafe at some of the other
No,
ones?
no, not that.
Okay, so then let's
Yeah.
talk about what makes a shot a cool shot.
I think for me, like, I think a good 3D course has a good mix of short, medium, and long. And I think sometimes the short shots can be underlooked, but a short shot could be really technical. It could have a small 11. It could be a small target. You might have to thread the needle if you want to. So I think a short shot could be underrated. TAC is mostly medium and longer shots. Like, that's their brand, Total Archery Challenge, right? So I don't expect a lot of short shots, but there's a good variety. Like, you have shots that are less technical, maybe a standard 50-yard shot on a relatively level surface. And then you have shots where maybe you're threading the needle through branches, or you have something in your foreground, or something that's in the way of your aim, but not the arc of the arrow. And
Those are crazy.
I think those are
ones.
interesting.
The arc of the arrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sheep today that you were literally putting your pin on a tree and then just allowing the arrow to arc over the top of it. That was, remember the ram?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that why this works so well is one simple thing. They're not keeping score. That is 100%
I was
why it
going to
works.
say that.
That is 100% why it works, and it works because if you were keeping score, you'd be pissed.
Yeah.
That there's shit in the way, and this is too far.
I wouldn't be pissed.
and
I'd beat
this
the
isn't
shit out of
fair,
everybody. My score was
and
incredible.
Blah, 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 blah. The same thing that most target archers complain about is why this is so successful. And if you remove the public display of your score, the average person is not intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's why this works, and why I've lobbied for a couple of years. Is stop keeping score. Just start having fun.
Yeah.
And you'll start to get more and more and more. And the local, is it Top Pin, right?
Just local shoots or whatever,
Local
yeah.
shoot. Well, no, but that's a good example of one because they offer a fun and they offer a competitive. And there's 60 people in the competitive and there's 400 people in the fun.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Well, the idea that keeping score on a challenging course like this, I mean, it's devastating for your ego, and nobody wants that, and you don't want to turn that card in. I mean, they don't even give out cards here for that. It's just you go out if you want to keep score, kind of like what we were doing,
Right.
just as fun between best shot, kind of like best hole.
Fun, but not too serious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And it's just, it's
the
easy.
camaraderie.
But it's super easy to keep score amongst each other if that's what you care about,
Yeah.
like we do and what we show,
Yeah.
right? But at the same time, it's you also don't need to do that at all.
No, not at all.
I would love nothing more personally, but no one would enjoy it on YouTube, to just go shoot these things with, I just want to shoot the animal or I want to kill the animal.
Totally.
And stop paying any attention to those scoring rings, because 9 times out of 10, you are aiming in the wrong spot. That is not where you should be trying to shoot that animal.
Yeah.
And I wish that there was a format or some way to actually rotate a target and have something show up for you to know that that's where I should have shot that animal. Because I think a lot of animals get shot in the wrong spot because of shit like the scoring rings. I really do.
Yeah.
Why do they do them like this? Why does Reinhardt or Delta McKenzie or any of them, why do they put the scoring ring literally in the wrong spot?
Because
It's got to have to do with manufacturing.
All 3D archery started as a competition. So they're not really paying attention to where that is. Some of them are anatomically correct and some of them are anatomically incorrect, right? But it's more a matter of a manufacturing process, and we need to be able to pull a core out of this and replace the core
Right.
out of it, and we can't put the vitals on the edge of the core or the core will get destroyed 10 times faster. So they put that near the middle of the core. In some instances not, but been flexed around. But the purpose of it is so that core actually lasts a longer period of time. Like if you stuck the 10 ring on the right side edge of the core and everybody's sitting there shooting there, that core is going to not stay in the target.
That's that third scale Sasquatch that we shot. I mean,
garbage.
I'd never shoot a Sasquatch there. Never.
Garbage.
Yeah, I would. Same. Totally.
Who makes that?
Who wants to wound a Sasquatch?
Can someone? Do we have?
I don't think it's a wound. I think it's a throat shot.
If only
Actually,
Dodds was up here, we could get him to actually do our young Jamie.
If only young Jamie
who
was.
makes that stupid Sasquatch target?
That is the
Can we
worst
please
target.
lobby to throw that fucking target out?
That is
and
the
can
worst
Reinhardt make
target.
it was your? You mentioned that earlier. Like make a third scale Sasquatch, or maybe it was Jeff.
No, it was me,
It
yeah.
was you.
Yeah, it was me.
That's a
It was
great
Jeff.
idea.
Exactly.
Well,
it was
funny.
me. That's why it was a great idea. It was my idea.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Honestly, think that'd be a hell of a seller, like a little third scale Sasquatch target.
That would be
because
amazing.
they make those half scale and third scale targets.
Yeah,
which any manufacturer that's listening, make that kind of a.
Some
freaking
people
target.
might even buy those just-
make the half scale, third scale targets that aren't deer.
They
That's
might even
so
buy
smart.
that just to decorate their property.
You never know.
Right? You know, a couple
You never know.
Sasquatches out in the backyard, like
No, I
Probably
would buy,
not.
I
a
would buy
very
that target,
shabby
though.
chic.
You
huh?
would.
I would buy that
You
target.
would.
I would think that was amazing.
Yeah.
That Sasquatch is ass.
It is a terrible fucking target, like shit terrible.
Yeah.
It was fun though.
That's a great, It's a great event with a horrible Sasquatch.
I think you brought
target.
up a good point of like the keeping score thing. And if you said, hey, I want to disrupt an industry, you do something like the opposite of what that industry is doing. And that's basically what 3D archery was for the longest time, was just keeping score, right? Mm-hmm. 50 or 100 guys would go up to a club event. They'd keep score. They'd throw in 20, 40, 50 bucks.
In all fairness, before you say 50 to 100 guys, in my heyday,
Yeah.
like 3D archery
Which
approached 300, 500.
What, like Abraham Lincoln was
something like that.
presidency?
Yeah, whatever, big guy. 300 to 500 was a really good turnout in the Pacific Northwest back
Really?
in the day. We actually got pretty good turnouts, but nothing like this, and nothing like, top pen or what have you. Any resort event style shoots bring out lots of people because people want an event.
The vibe,
It's
the
all the
camaraderie,
vibe.
Yeah.
It's the vibe.
Everybody. This is all have the common lifestyle of this.
And I'm seeing more families, right? Families can come up for the weekend.
Bob,
he's 100%
that was a
right.
very
More
serious
ladies.
comment that he
I
made.
was trying to make him laugh in the middle.
You were waiting for some Jesus. I'm making the first serious point. In
I know.
You're trying
Bob
to fuck
gets
with
serious,
it.
but I got his vibe.
I'm thinking to myself, look away, look away.
Look away. It's like when a car's coming at you. right?
That's out of Bridesmaids. Look away!
Oh,
It's coming out of me like lava.
I don't agree with you guys, by the
very
way.
much
Just FYI. You, Bob, continue your thought, and then I'll give you my opinion on why I think
That was
TAC
like
is.
2 minutes ago. I forgot. I'm old.
You are old. It's fine. I'm old too. But I still remember
What do you think about this
decor?
decor?
You're 43?
Yeah. Don't look at me, Bob. I've
You're
never
hard
had
to weed
43
in.
years,
You're
my friend.
Your balls haven't even dropped yet. You see how stretchy mine are?
I did.
We
I did.
are
I
all
was
aware
impressed.
of how stretchy
I was
your balls
very
are, bro.
impressed. You
Oh my
so to fall off the bottom of your jeans. That's wild.
impressive.
One on each leg.
Here's what I think. Here's the reason that I think TAC is cool. Is I think that you're getting significantly longer shots than the vast majority of people shoot on a regular basis.
Yep.
And they get to go out there with their friends and lose a bunch of arrows.
That's part of the fun aspect of you'd never get away with that in Target. So my original discussion of why it's so successful, it's because you can do that. You couldn't do that.
Well, and
in
it's super shareable too. Like you shoot 100 yards with your friends with an iPhone. Like in the information era, when things travel so fast, like what an easy thing to share. You know.
I think the arrow manufacturers are really behind this.
Yeah, that's very possible.
You think it's all a conspiracy?
I think it is. We'll sell more arrows.
Wait, Josh is on the
And they
inside.
obviously do.
Let's corner him. Is this a? Did you all get together and have a meeting, like a map meeting?
I plead the fifth.
Oh, Brandon.
That is not. That is,
HLR.
I actually had a pretty good conversation about that the other day when I was in town here.
Yes.
Oh man, it's not pretty, but it's also like it's
you
also
just-
like 100% baseless.
Yeah. You just uncovered the dirty underbelly of the arch. We're exposing the archer industry,
We
Brandon.
are. That's a good title.
And what's better than exposing yourself on a podcast?
Bob, go ahead.
That's your cue. I'm gonna grab a refill. Does anyone need anything?
I'll take one. Okay. You fuckers always get me in trouble. You know that?
All right. You know what? I would do one more.
Brandon needs another Pacifico.
What time is it?
I told you to put Bob's vodka and orange juice on the table.
6:15. Perfect. Let's do
I
another
got
one.
vodka, OJ, and a little soda.
You got, yeah.
So.
Oh, did you find some soda?
Hey, if you were going to... Okay, let me ask you a question. A technical question. If you're going to come with 18 arrows to attack, do you think it's worth buying 1,000 straightness, like
Not at
legit,
all.
ridiculous expensive arrows?
1,000 straightness arrows matter when you put a broadhead, preferably fixed blade, on the front.
I'm good.
Period.
So you don't think it's worth
No,
coming
it's a
out?
waste
Dude,
of-
I
waste
see
of money.
everybody out
Waste
here
of
with
money.
either
Why do you sell
20-year-old
me
arrows.
those?
That's a hot take.
I didn't reply, and you'd already bought them.
That's a hot
Remember?
take, and I
was like, fuck, I'm Bob. Sorry, Bob, I just saw this.
I'll just hold out.
What were you asking, Bob? What were you asking here?
Oh, no, I just...
You have red labels. I've been pulling them out of the Target
no.
all day. What are you talking about?
The it wasn't so much the arrows, because I knew which arrows I needed, but it's what I had for the insert, because we put inserts inside there, and also I knew what my field points are, 100 grain, but I didn't know what the insert was, whether it was 50 or 75, because he set me up last year with kind of a new arrow.
You set him over with 75
It's
insert?
50.
Not
No,
a heavy arrow
50,
guy, Josh?
50.
Okay.
We're at
I think
50.
it was 50.
We're at 50, yeah.
No, what he's talking about is he messaged me, and I didn't reply back to him for like 4 days.
You waited
I
until the
missed it.
sale was over.
that's also a pro move. God, Bob is totally exposing the underbelly of this industry right now.
He is.
What a great guest.
So, okay, wait. You're shooting red labels, which are 6 thou straightness?
Correct.
Okay. And I've been shooting some of those, and I will admit, at 100 yards, the arrow is not the variable. For me, it's me.
So
With field points.
I actually had a conversation today with a fan who was asking me a bunch of questions about this stuff, and I did state that when you have like a 6,000 straightness arrow, there is more variance in the construction process, and that's how it ended up as a 6,000 straightness arrow. So the spine deflection variance is going to be higher. So you'll get one every once in a while that tends to want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, and I always trash those anyway because I number all my arrows.
Well, yeah, those are for the pores, I understand. But if you don't, the reality of that, even if you have those, right? If you stand in front of paper and shoot each individual one, and if
Square both ends, custom build them.
yeah, but if you find one that doesn't shoot the same, rotate it 120 degrees and then get it to rotate and shoot the same, and it will.
120 degrees?
Yeah, three fletch, 120.
Okay, got it.
Yeah,
got
so like turn the next fletch up, right, and shoot it again.
You're noctuning.
And you're going
That's
to,
noctuning.
It's noctuning, but noctuning without fletchings on is a giant fucking waste of time because as soon as you fletch them, they're not going to do the same thing again. So you have to take fletched ones. And sometimes you end up with a fletch facing the color facing the wrong way to get it to actually noctune the same, which is why I fletch all mine the same color.
And that's for the dudes that haven't gotten the memo that a 4-fletch is a superior setup, Bub.
Oh, did you miss the Easton tuning bulletin where they showed that a 4-fletch was inferior and
What, wait,
Yeah,
was
tell
it
me-
actually?
tell me-
They just
Yes.
paused the graph a bunch.
Yes.
Tell me what your interpretation of what you saw.
I'm disappointed.
I didn't
this
even
is
watch
not
it.
on
I
my
just they told it
podcast.
to me when I was there when it came out.
Okay.
They said that they found a 4-fletch was less consistent and accurate than a 3-fletch in a 2 degree, 3 degree variation.
Okay.
And left was more consistent than right. Ooh. And a Super Saber vein was one of the most accurate quiet things they tested. Imagine
That was in the sweet spot for like drag, force, lift,
Drag,
and sound.
lift.
Who's been
sound.
saying that since it came out?
Give him a pat on the back. Pat him on the back.
fucking
Tell him he's been a
weird.
good
Hey,
boy.
yeah, bang
I need an attaboy, goddammit.
Yeah, bang that mic on the table.
So that's gonna be loud.
Josh-
Sorry.
With the edit on that one.
I need an attaboy, goddammit.
Josh has been on that for a while. He broke the news on Super Sabers.
Here's my
but I
thought.
was disappointed.
But what else was I on? 4-fletches for fucking idiots.
Here's my thought on high performance arrows.
Yes.
Is when you're doing something like this, you want to be shooting the best you possibly can. Yeah. You're going to lose a couple here and there, but I think that you should. That's my personal opinion. Yeah.
You do think that it's worth spending the money on a high performance arrow? Okay, I think that it's shooter. I think it's shooter dependent. If you don't shoot 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 yards on a regular basis, you're going to lose a shitload of arrows, to be honest. You just are.
Yeah.
So do you really want to build something that is like, I can't tell you how many knock-on arrows we find in the woods. Those are expensive. Mm-hmm. Is it worth it? Like,
it's worth it for something.
I found like my experience level. I found .06s to be sweet.
Yeah, okay,
I
but
haven't
that's not fair.
It's
Like,
different when you put a broadhead on it.
I
it's
believe
also
you.
not fair because you're like the improvement that Tim has made as a shooter over year is ridiculous. Like you literally scored more 12. So I would argue that you going up in arrow because you tend to lose less might actually be worth it. Like you're just cutting down that little bit of variance, maybe.
What I'm saying is I've shot .06s next to .01s quite a bit. And I don't find to be like, oh, .06s don't fly that well.
Can I like resolve most of this argument for most of you right now?
No, we'd like to bicker for at
This is
least
like listening to
another.
my kids
Josh,
bicker.
if I want your opinion, I'm going to tell it to you.
Yeah. Okay, Grandpa. So they don't make.
That was very
they don't
uncalled
make-
for.
They don't make.
Right.
They don't actually make
We've
a
heard
6,000 straightness arrow.
We're totally
Their pro-
exposing the underbelly of
Their
this industry right now,
processes
Brandon.
are so good that those
No.
don't happen.
I don't think that's fair to say, though,
the
because aren't there companies that do make
The trade
.06s?
industry, okay, is used to selling those specs. So they will frequently make something that isn't 6,000s that they'll throw a 6,000s label on because they're out of 6,000 straightness arrows. That is common.
Yep.
Do they ever happen? Yes. Is it common? No. It is not. And that's for almost every brand and every type.
And that's kind of a basic...
Unless they're made in China,
Carbon
then
Express.
yes, you will. They have warehouses full of reject arrows in China.
Yeah. But that's kind of a common
Not
retail
just Carbon
strategy,
Express.
right?
So, well, should we name which ones are made in China first before we
Is-
move on?
Sure.
Do you want to? Okay, but is China a bad thing? Okay,
When it-
I'm legitimate. I'm asking because we've learned in other industries that certain things made in China are actually manufactured better, and that's controversial, for a better price. So are Chinese arrows typically manufactured in a worse way?
I don't think the carbon process over there is better at all, personally.
You just think it's
And
cheaper?
I also think, well, all right. So if you're running things at high scale, right, that means you're going to speed up the machine.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to run multiple mandrels that are probably not being checked as often or as consistent because you're trying to up volume, because that's what most of that's based off on, right? So if you're willing to make a 6,000 straightness arrow, right? So what you got to understand in the U.S. and most of your higher end companies, they're only ending up with 6,000 straightness arrows that they reject because they don't make the straightness. They're trying to make mostly 1,000 straightness arrows because that's the majority of what actually sells. So the more rejects they have, the worse off they are. Okay, they're trying to make volume. Most of that's based on volume. How do you increase volume in arrows? You speed up the process, let more of the mandrels last longer because it lowers the cost. As your mandrel varies, your consistency of your arrow varies. So personally, I would think, and this is just, what's the word I like to use?
Indefinitely.
The reality of it is...
No. It's not reality.
Okay.
And that's not what Jeff said today. And that's not what I'm talking about. No,
My
it's
name's Jeff.
I am speculating. Is it speculating? Is speculating the word I like to use?
Speculating is the
I am
go-to seat on skip suit.
speculating that most, if not all, arrows that are made in China, when you have a 6,000 straightness arrow, it probably is 6,000 straightness. And they have ones that are worse than that. Hands down. And there's factories of them full of back rooms full of that shit that was rejected because they don't change their actual building materials out as often because they're not as worried about it. So, and we're going to mention that is Ultra, that is Black Eagle, that is Carbon Express. Those three brands are made in China.
Is Victory made in Mexico?
Victory is assembled in Mexico and made in Vietnam.
Okay.
But that company has a really hard time making arrows that aren't straight. And that has a protocol.
That's been
to
my
do that.
experience, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say, like, not every brand is created the same, right? Like, which is why some people buy...
That's interesting about Black Eagle, though. Like, just from a quality standpoint, because
I'm not stating they are. I'm just saying they're made in China.
Yeah, but I've always
I am
found Black Eagles, even like
speculating.
even the lower end stuff. Okay, all right.
Speculating.
Yeah, that's valid. Whatever. I've always found and put Black Eagle higher up on the list of a quality arrow. Have you done anything with Day 6? Like, have you ever shot Day 6 arrows?
You mean Remy Warren's company?
His recent acquisition?
A recent acquisition. I have not. I thought it was direct to consumer.
It is.
So why would I have done something with it?
Well, I didn't know
sell
if you
it.
ever messed with them.
Why would I have messed with it if I am a dealer? You might have messed with it because you're an internet whore.
And he's a nasty boy.
You might have messed with it because you are an influencer and you might have tried to send you something.
No.
You ever done anything with Day 6?
No, I
But
haven't.
traditionally, no one that is direct to consumer will try to convince me to look at a product.
They're heavier. Well, we don't have to go there.
It does
We don't have to go
actually. The adorableness of it is that it actually does explain the conversation I had with Remy in Texas during San Antonio TAC about how he really liked those arrows and like this and not that. And it's like, oh, he was buying it then.
Brandon, was
That's
that the TAC
adorable.
Josh went to and didn't invite any of us?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
just
I
Who-
was
who are your
I
friends
was
down there?
invited.
I'm
No,
just
I'm
messing with you.
that's
I'm
not
just
fair.
messing with you.
I was
friends? Did you have any
invited by
friends?
somebody else. I can't just invite people when I'm invited by someone else.
Yeah, it's called an invite
not
of an
fair.
invite. It's a double invite.
Yeah, no, you need a,
No,
you
I'm
need a plus
kidding,
4.
kidding.
You need a plus 4. Hey, no, it's me plus 4.
Josh travels with a +4.
Entourage. We'll
Am
call
I
it
gonna,
entourage,
is that
if
what
you
this is
will.
going to come down to? Is I'll have a traveling entourage with me before I go.
We did
You
have a
guys-
good time.
You
It's-
guys don't want my life.
I'll be your hype
San
man,
Antonio.
dude.
I am-
I'll be your
I'm
hype
telling
man.
you.
Hey, where's the dick towel? I'll spin that
I'm
around.
I'm telling you right now, you don't want my life. You'd be divorced and your dogs would be dead.
Yeah.
You don't want my life.
Brandon's done a very good job of
He
leaving
has
the
good
nest
balance.
this year.
Yes, but he also has good balance. He knows when he needs to not.
Yeah.
Because I've tried to make him leave the nest more.
The nest.
the nest. Bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel pretty good. Like I literally had this conversation with Jocelyn before I came here because I booked this 2 days before we left.
No.
Was like, okay, the money I'm about to spend will turn into $30,000 when I'm 70 years old because I did the compound interest calculator and I showed her.
That is so priceless.
I showed her. I said, okay, if we just invest this money, this will turn into 30 grand. When I'm 70 years old, would I rather have the 30 grand or would I rather have the few days in Utah at the age I am with the capabilities that I have to kick all y'all's ass right now?
Y'all.
And the answer was very clear. And my wife is very supportive. And I make a lot of jokes about my wife being like, she's going to be so mad at me. But the truth is, my wife is fantastic about this stuff normally. But I do have to have some balance.
And if we're being real,
You've had pretty good balance, I think.
you've done a good job leaving the nest this year. But if we're being real, this is the Super Bowl for middle-aged men.
That's fantastic, Tim.
It is. You know, you got something to look forward to. It's a date on the calendar.
I'm playing in my prime time right now.
Yeah.
You're Tom Brady. You've gone
Yeah.
a little long.
I think I'm a little bit
long in the
farther than
tooth.
Tom Brady.
Okay, you had knee
I'm like
surgery.
Belichick.
Bob, you had knee surgery how long ago?
3 months ago.
Okay, so Bob's hobbling around on the mountain, but you had no issue getting all the way down.
No.
So like that goes to show you that an old dude with a messed up knee is still able to execute properly.
And a fruit basket.
Exactly.
But how good was Bob at being the ham to my egg today?
Yeah.
Like I fucked up a couple times, and every time Bob was there.
Yeah.
You know.
But then
Bob,
you saved my ass.
You did save
look,
a
look.
few.
A few.
Rest
You're
in
leaving
peace.
him hanging, Bob.
Rest in peace.
Bob,
Rest in
Bob,
peace
get
to
your
this.
fist up.
Are you
Knuckle,
fist
dude.
pumping? Are you fist pumping? Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. It's beautiful. It's so
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah, but you're the ham to my egg.
That-
You were the
that's-
peanut butter to my tuna fish.
I love this. I love this event, and typically as soon as ski season's done, I'm shooting my bow. This year I was not fortunate enough to do that, or I could not do that.
It was life. You're coming
Yeah.
off a total knee replacement.
And last month when it's like, okay, I see this happening now. Yeah, started try to shoot every day. It wasn't quite that much.
That's
but
an interesting point as well. Because you put something on the books, it obligated you to think ahead and then to start practicing and to make sure your mobility was good. Like, that's one of the cool things about archery, I think, as well, is it forces you to think ahead and think forward and then to do better to get there, which makes life better.
I've always been, as a competitor, you always got to set goals. That hey, I need to be here at this time. I need to be here at this time. I need to peak at this time. And you always want to set goals, and that's what I was able to do. I was pretty depressed for probably about 3 weeks. Like, man, am I ever going to get out of this? And then once things happened, it's like, okay, there's hope. And then after that first week, it's like, okay, goals. This is what I need to do. Yeah, it's going back to the competitive part.
Yeah.
Yes, you always want to shoot good when you're here, whether you keep score or not. Yeah, it's entirely up to you. But it gives you something to to improve on every time that you do something like this. Okay, here it's like, oh, I only lost 4 arrows. Next year it might be 2. So,
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
But that was actually an interesting point that you were pointing out that Bomar actually told me yesterday. He's like, I love these things because it forces me to get prepared for hunting sooner.
Yes.
And that's the greatest part of this in general, because hopefully you're not rolling around to like August 15th going, holy shit, I only have 2 weeks, 3 weeks to be ready. Events like this, especially the extreme type that they are, like you have to have your stuff relatively dialed or you're going to run into a problem. And I know that because I've ran into multiple problems.
How many people have been introduced to a bow because their friends were going to something like this?
Probably
and
a
they're
lot.
like, I want to. Why wouldn't I want to go drink beer in the mountains with Brandon McDonald, of course, in a X amount, very nice Airbnb that we don't need to talk about the number, but we know specifically what it is.
We're not going to talk about the number. We're not going to talk about how expensive this house was. But I think about the wives, actually, the girlfriends and wives.
Yes,
like,
and families.
To be totally real.
And families.
I feel like every year I show up, there's more females that are coming to the events, which is super freaking
and
cool.
families.
Yeah,
They
families.
make
It's more families.
and they make
just-
a weekend out of it.
There's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
It's and I got the same type of story today from Eric Jackson
Yes.
talking about was it the loophole course that's the tough one or the lacrosse
Lacrosse
course.
It's the tough
He's
hike.
like, yeah, it's a tough course, man. There's a lot of walking. There's a lot of walking uphill, but man, elk season's not that far away. Yep. I'm living for this. This is training. So what I see here from people that I like to ask where you're from. There's a lot of people that are from all over the nation that come here for this event. And this is almost like a mini elk hunt for them. This is what people back east and down south, they see this as, this is my time to get into the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, where the Unitas, I think.
Uintas. Uintas?
That's a big word.
Uinta.
Okay.
The
But
Uinta mountain range.
This type of topography, the surroundings, it is such a stoke level, to help get people excited for it.
Well, I think that's part of it, and I think the other part of why you're seeing that is that they couldn't get in to whatever event might be close to them.
Yeah,
because that is part of the problem with TAC. And I mean, once again, Sean's done such a phenomenal job. These things sell out, and they sell out fast. And you might have to travel halfway across the country just to participate in one. And the ones that have a higher ticket percentage, i.e., PA, Utah, they can take more people.
How many people have you talked to in the last 2 days? Husbands that are shooting in this. I've made this our family. Not that they've made it their family vacation, but they talked to their wife about the family vacation.
Sure.
That guy yesterday, I think his name was Travis.
Yeah.
Coming out here, his wife, trooper. She walked the course with them all. Actually, she shot the course. And, but he's got a couple of, honey days in there with her. They're going to Park City for one of the days.
Yeah.
They've turned this into a vacation.
Exactly.
And it's great for the whole family.
Yeah. No, it's an amazing, amazing thing that they've created.
Yeah.
And I hope it does nothing but grow, and I hope we have more opportunities and more options, because I don't know if there's another shooting or archery option that has got more people participating.
Right.
It's because it's got the right vibe, it's got the right thought, it's got the right action, and it's in places that people would want to go.
Exactly.
Right?
It's a destination. Yeah, I was thinking like a lot of that travel is like, I met people from Louisiana, Texas, all over the Midwest and like the Southeast, and I don't think it's mostly they couldn't go to Tennessee. I think it's mostly it's like, if we're gonna go somewhere, why don't we buy a plane ticket?
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'm not saying it's mostly. I just think that's
there's
part
some of it. Yeah, there's probably some of it where it's like I couldn't get in.
Especially like here, where it's 35 minutes from the airport on a major national airport.
Yeah.
It's not hard to get to.
This is, in a sense, realistic hunting. Not like the targets are moving, but you are having realistic shooting situations that you would find. Like today, we're threading the needle
For sure.
And there's a branch that's in front of you, and you've got to figure out a way to get around that. And it is a perfect situation to build your hunting confidence and just become a better archer. Understand how this works. You know, like, oh, if I aim at that branch, I'm going to hit that branch. No, you've got trajectory, and it's interesting the way this whole thing comes together.
Yeah, let me tell you a story on that. So,
is it going to be a short story?
No, it's a very long story. It's a very. You want to fill up your drink? There's going to be no point to the story.
Keep going.
The story's going to wander. It's going to be long. It's going to have zero point.
You're gonna weave. You're gonna weave and bring it back in.
This is exactly the kind of story you tell on a podcast.
We don't have cigars, but we got deer beef sticks.
But we got deer meat.
These are brand
really want.
No, so.
Tim.
So Brandon, I'm hunting Nevada. I am 80 yards away from the best buck on the mountain, and I draw my bow to see how it feels. It's windy, but I want to see if it feels good, I'm going to shoot this deer. I draw my bow, and then I'm like, oh, my bubble's downhill. I'm tilting my bow. I probably just tilting my bow for 10 seconds before I got my bow back to level because I'm on a steep ass incline.
Yep.
Right? So I didn't take that shot. I wasn't comfortable with it. It took me way too long to get ready for it. And I had too much float when I got there anyway. So I was like, whatever. But today, like our last shot was like a big ass hog or whatever,
big
70 yards.
I think it's what they call it, big ass hog.
Because of things like this, I practice. I draw my bow way into the hill, way more than I would even think I would need to. But you know what? My bow's actually almost perpendicular to where it should be. And then it settles in. It's like those kind of reps are pretty invaluable because most people aren't going to get reps in the mountains like that.
Yes. And that's exactly the reason why these are super important. For guys like me that don't get to come shoot events like this, realizing like, whoa, why did I just hit 10 inches to the right on a steep downhill? And you go, oh, it's because you didn't bubble into the hill.
Yeah, your footing is important. Your bubble is important. Your peep to housing is important.
Yeah.
How fast you can rattlesnake your trigger is important. I mean, all those things.
You let the cat out of the bag there, Timmy?
Going back to footing is important.
Yes.
Are those Fila tennis shoes what you hunt in?
Oh, yeah. And I hunt fast in them. I'm fast and nimble in those.
He jogs after animals. He does the old school Indian way of running 26 miles to chase them down until they just...
Yeah. Gotcha.
And then he makes
I would pay money to watch that.
Just chase him with a drone, follow him with a drone the
There you
whole
go.
way.
Now that I'd see is more likely.
Yeah. I still wonder what the mystique is around a total archery challenge. Because like Mountain Archery Fest
I might have
and the
overserved
Reinhardt 100 and some of those ones, they just kind of, for some reason, they didn't have the zhuzh
They fizzled.
that TAC has. And I'm curious why that is. But TAC has always been the thing for me that was like, no, I got to get ready for TAC. I got to get ready for TAC. I got to make sure I'm ready for TAC.
Or any of the other events held on a mountain resort.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's
Mountain Archery Fest.
Matt.
Yeah, but that...
The house full of gays. Wait.
No. Now, you and I both had experience in this of reaching out to them to actually go shoot, and they were very difficult to work with. Of like, hey, we want to come film. And they're like, well, you can't. Or you can come the day before. Or the
you can do it
afternoon
with
before.
these weird stipulations.
With really weird stipulations. And it's like, don't you realize part of what this is the exposure to it, because we're creating exposure.
Promotion.
And they're not trying to, they weren't trying to promote it, and it failed. Fucking shocker.
So...
Eat a dick, dude.
Single-handedly responsible for the success of one and the downfall of the other.
No. But knowing that's how they approach those things is a really good example of probably why it didn't work.
Yeah.
I will say,
and
Sean,
how difficult was it to get us here, you know?
Sean was really accommodating.
Sean has
You
got
have street cred. You have street cred.
Yeah,
Both of you guys do. All three of you guys do.
Even a good example of like today I talked to Sean. I was like, hey, you know, what course do you think we should shoot tomorrow? Because typically, he's just filling us in wherever makes sense or looks good for the camera. And he's like, here's a couple options. I'm like, well, when do you need to know by? He's like, just let me know in the morning. He wasn't like high strung about it.
No.
He's like, literally just show up and we'll figure it out. Like,
But he understands that he's getting exposure and it's important.
I don't think so. And maybe it was just because it was me. A few years ago when I started coming to the TACs, I was like, hey, is this cool? Can I do the thing? And I don't feel like, I felt like I was an inconvenience. And I don't know if the change is Sean or if the change is you two that just have more pull. I can't tell. But it's interesting because I do think that over time he has changed or warmed to the idea that the people that make YouTube videos are actually really valuable to this whole brand.
I think it took time for him to realize the value of it. I do.
When you probably were starting, you were just known as Ronald's brother.
That's very true.
That was such a fucking good one, dude.
That's very true.
Ronald's brother.
Ronald,
you little.
because my last name's McDonald.
You little shit.
All those little jokes I used to get all
You're so
growing up.
funny.
You little.
Oh, we're in third grade again?
You little
It's a
nasty
good
boy.
joke. It's a good joke. It's a good joke. It's a good joke.
That's good.
Yeah. That was
So
great.
there was one time that we were here, it was 2 years ago, and I'm driving out of the parking lot. I think it was me and Dan. Driving out of the parking lot, and there's a guy laying in the dirt on the side of the road. I'm like, it's about 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, this isn't right. So we stop, ask the guy, where he's staying, and he can't even talk. We lift the guy up, and he just falls down on the ground. Put him in the back of the truck. And
Is this a guy that's like an archery person?
No, I think it was just some dude that was up here staying in one of the condos. Obviously, he was. So we put him in the back of the truck. We drive him up to his place where he's staying, somewhere on the hill, and we walk him up the stairs, knock on the door, and we let go of him, and he falls down on the ground again. Door opens up, and it's his wife. She looks at us. I said, Mrs. Johnson, we found your husband out in the dirt at the parking lot. And she looks at me and goes, where's his wheelchair?
I thought maybe this was going this way. I didn't know.
Oh,
That's
classic,
a good one, Bob.
Bob.
That's a good one.
That was
Bob,
great.
Bob.
Let's get back on point here.
On point. Well, if we want to talk about archery, do you think we should talk about archery?
No.
Yeah, this is totally not.
Yeah,
I think
archery
these
is-
podcasts are never
archery
about
is for
archery.
dorks, totally.
No, nobody listening to this cares about archery, Tim.
Yeah. Let's talk about equipment.
Okay.
Tell me about your rig.
All right. So I'm shooting the
Is it
title.
sizable?
I have a sizable rig. I do
Small-
actually.
it's smaller than yours.
Is it wide?
I do have mine shorter
It is
than yours,
wider,
but
though.
it's wider
Yes.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
shooting.
no, but look, really give us an overview of your rig.
Okay.
Kind of like the details of what you brought, and
Okay.
then maybe something you like, something you didn't like.
Okay. All right. So Title 34, which is a target bow, but I'm actually going to hunt with it. 'cause
You had to
it's
bring a target bow to
34.
try to take us down.
Yeah. No. Brought
Part of
a
their target bow.
brought a target bow did take you down. Spoiler alert. Title 34, so 34-inch axle to axle. So like for a bow, that's a normal size bow, but they made a short, target bow. So the
And it's got
limbs are-
dumps like a truck.
Oh,
Thighs like what?
what?
Baby, move your butt.
But. Okay,
All night long.
She's wide.
Yeah.
It's got the new tuning system, which
She's
is
thick.
which is epic. So the new tune. Okay, I say epic. That's like a lot. That's a lot. It's
Epic's
very
a big
handy.
word.
It's very handy and convenient. The new tuning system to make the cams shift left to right.
Much better than previous systems.
Yeah, that didn't exist. There was no previous system. It was just moving the top hat. So it was
Yeah.
just shimming the cams. All right. So that Hamsky Epsilon version 2, which is fine. That's fine. Like it's a fine thing. I don't know. You probably have more of an opinion on rests. Like I've never had a failure on a QAD and I've never had a failure on a Hamsky. So to me, like rests are just kind of meh. But like I said, I know. I'm just telling you my personal experience.
Yeah, you're allowed to have opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't bring back all the defective ones.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. That's my personal experience. Okay.
He's Brandon McDonald, brother to Ron. Brother to Ron.
Brother to Ron. Brother to Ron.
Your brother's done relatively well for himself.
I know. And that
Right?
he never
Yeah,
gives
what's
me
it like?
money, that asshole.
What's it
cheap
like to
fuck.
have family money?
What's weird is I'm a brunette and he's a ginger. It's
Yeah.
crazy. All right.
wild.
So Stan Onyx clicker.
Does it always click or just most of the time?
No, it clicks. Like, yeah. So I don't punch. I'm not a punchy guy. I tried punching, man, and I even tried the single digit manipulation, the soaking of trigger punching, if you will, for the people in Utah. I could not, dude. I can't do it. Like I will. That's what we started calling it on our podcast. I could. That's what I feel like it is. I genuinely. So
That's fair.
so like I can't figure that part out.
couldn't
Now, I
soak
will
long
say,
enough.
If I start feeling like, I'm at the end of my shot, then I'll I'll lean into it a little bit harder, and I'll also start to move the thumb.
Mm-hmm.
So when you pull back, do you go full minivan?
I wanted to minivan the joke with the handicap guy, but I couldn't do it. I didn't want to derail it that far. That's an inside joke, and I apologize. That shouldn't happen on a podcast that's made to the public.
Yeah.
So hold on, I'm not done. Okay. HLRs. Victory HL. You wanted to. Victory
No, I didn't,
HLRs
actually.
with Josh's half outs, which performed very well. The glue that they held them in, and I didn't even use the lube. Bob kept offering me lube today. It was weird. And I didn't.
Yeah, he carries a bottle around with him.
I know he does. And I've seen you with that bottle
He's
a
big.
lot.
He's big into lube.
He's a big lube guy.
He's a big lube guy.
So I think that, and then Cutter stabilizers actually. Big fan of Cutter. Listen,
How many stabilizers did you
Direct to
have
consumer stabilizers?
at one time?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just messing around. Okay, listen, Cutter, they were really good to me a few years ago. They sent me a bunch of stuff. But I will say, your bars are like almost half the price.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I should raise the price.
And I noticed almost no difference. Okay, so props to you, but also props to Cutter because I like the little antelope sticker that's on there. I think that's really cool. 10 degree down, and then I use the OG Matthews vibration dampeners on the front, just because I think that they look cool. So I think that the thing that I don't like. Oh, and I have a bow finger.
What grip
back bar.
what grip do you have on your bow?
Bow finger?
Side plates.
That was a good
and
movie.
I used the UV grip, and I actually took it off because what it was doing was creating enough bias in my hand that it was forcing my hand to straighten up enough that I was actually getting,
I've actually felt that a little bit, like with that.
I was getting string snap on my forearm. And I'm a shorter draw than I have been traditionally, and I've never had that problem.
And who told you to change that?
Well, listen, I already had the suspicion in my mind, and then you did. So congratulations.
You're such a cool guy. When are you having the tattoo removed?
No, I like UltraView still. Okay, and my scope is the new UltraView UV Slider 2. However, there's some problems with the UV 2.
Okay.
But we're not going to talk about that on this podcast. We're going to talk about it on my podcast with Josh. No, I'm just kidding. We can talk about it on this one if you want to. We can't get enough distance
Tell
out
me
of it.
something that's good and something that's bad.
Okay, good is it's super light.
Good, your whole setup. One good, one bad.
The title is a fantastic balance of speed and forgiveness. And people, I think, they undervalue forgiveness because my misses are like a third of what they should be. So that's a big deal. A thing I don't like, I don't like the cartridge that's in the UV. I don't like a single pin vertical. If it can't move, it's completely stupid.
Is that your personal opinion?
Why couldn't it move?
But
They're fixed.
they're fixed pins. It's 3 fixed pins.
Oh,
So,
you have
so
three-
my 20 at top, and then it's 36.
Vertical 3 pins fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 20, 36, 54 or something crazy like that, which just makes no sense.
He listens pretty good, but not that good because we told him to come to attack with a single pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess what I shot today all day?
I know.
What did I shoot
Here.
all day? Top pin.
Top pin.
all day.
Right.
Top pin all
Could
day.
have been a single pin.
It's the same.
But it is. And
It's not the
when-
same
when
because
it's
you could have
vertical.
got confused.
When you're not going to pick the wrong pin in a vertical pin.
Yeah, maybe he won't. Maybe we're giving him a lot
But
of
you
credit.
are right that last year I did pick the wrong pin once and I zeroed an arrow.
That was this year.
Oh, you're right. It was.
that was
Yeah.
Still
It
this year.
was Tennessee.
It's
You're
just
right.
your older UltraView that gargled the balls
though the
off.
funny thing is, I actually want to go back to that one because I like it more. I like the way I like the picture of it.
The way it is.
Yeah, I just don't like I also feel like the cartridge on the UV is really rounded, like the actual white for the housing. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it's a little bigger.
I don't know. It just feels weird. Like I want something that's a little sharper around the edges. I feel like it's kind of muddy.
Maybe you should try something that isn't an UltraView site.
No. I'd
No,
have to get
that
the
would go
tattoo
against his
removed.
ethos.
Yeah, I can't do that. Honestly,
Well,
I
you took the grip off. It's just a segue to something different.
I can't break up with her that soon, Josh. I'm not over it yet.
I get it.
All right, Josh, tell us about your rig.
I also am running.
You can do it quicker than him, too, for
Yeah,
sure.
I
Yeah.
100% can.
Jesus, he thought he got himself a whole segment with that
He's
deal.
a
huh?
little long-winded.
I could roll this bitch out so quick it'll make your head spin. You want to time me?
No, you can do it fairly. You don't have to do it
I am
fast.
also shooting a Title 34 at the moment. And that was actually brought on by Brandon saying, you need to put a bow together that you just leave together and stop screwing around with all this different stuff. So like 6 months from now, you can pick it up and shoot and feel good with it. So I've actually
a steady.
Yeah, and I've actually shot 2 tournaments with it now. But I have a Title 34, 70 pounds, 30 inches. I'm running my own personal stabilizers, I think an 18-inch with about 8 ounces on the front, an offset bar, an SOS Hunter system, Hamsky Epsilon V2 with my own bracket, and I back up the Aero Rest quite a bit. And a driver with a AVX 31 double Ranger pin. And that's all the gear that's on my bow. And I like every last little bit of it. I don't think I've had a problem or an issue with any of it.
How about your arrow and release?
I'm shooting, in this setup, I'm shooting RIP XVs or 3D HVs.
Old Faithful, he can't get away from them. He
350s.
loves them.
Well, they're light.
You love them.
They're light. I like light and fast when I'm shooting target.
You love them.
I like light and fast when I'm shooting target. And if somebody else made something lighter that was consistent, I'd use it.
What's the grain on your field point?
100.
Okay.
I'm shooting a 30 grain titanium insert, 100 grain field point.
Total arrow weight is
I don't know.
380?
Like 350. Somewhere around there.
351.
And I will actually shoot a very similar setup to that. I'll put lighted nocks in it, not the standard IP knock with a bushing. And I will shoot antelope with that because it's faster, flatter, and shoots farther. And that's what I care about in that scenario. I like the bow a lot. I struggle and wish that they actually made that bow with a quiver bracket so you could bolt a Matthews quiver on it because that is a phenomenal hunting option. The only difference really is the wide limb set, and it won't shock me if eventually that wide limb set's on the hunting bows because it does point better.
Most people aren't associating that with a hunting setup, and I think Matthews probably, they don't miss very often with their marketing, but I think they probably miss there.
I think it's on purpose, and I think it's on purpose because they don't want hunting bows being sold online, and they let the target bows be sold online. So that's technically a target bow that I can sell you that you can hunt with.
It's also more expensive by
Is he exposing the industry again?
Well, they
underbelly?
They have this like certain things are okay and certain things aren't.
It says je ne sais quoi.
Yeah, sure. That's a very great phrase, Tim. That's a word. Hey, that's a good one. I like it.
It says je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. Yes. But no, that's the reality of it. Is there's certain things that they sell online, certain things they don't, and they are terrified to let you sell hunting bows online.
Yeah.
So they'll like even with Elite, for example, like they make some of the target bows that are still within a spec that a hunter might use, and certain colors you can sell online, and certain colors you can't.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you selling a hunting bow online.
Colors?
Yeah, down to the colors.
Wow.
And on the Title 34, the only thing that you could really functionally hunt with is a flat black.
Which makes us look stupid because we both have the black ones.
I know. It looks very gay.
Yeah.
I don't like it. But
there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yeah. Well, try your own opinion. But either way, they don't offer all the flat colors, unfortunately. I wish they would, like, because I think they'd sell really, really well.
Really cool to have that, like an olive or a
they have the
flat earth
ambush, the shale, and what they call the brown one. Why am I drawing a blank? Oh my god, probably the alcohol. The brown one.
They always name them weird. It's not like flat dark earth. I know they always name them weird
stuff. It's not called that. God damn it!
Now we're bogging down. We lost your setup.
It doesn't matter.
No, that was everything.
You didn't tell us about your release.
I'm shooting a Stan Axis.
Dude, and he's shooting it so fast. It's
what do you like?
hot.
Don't like?
What do I like? What I don't like?
Yeah.
I wish that the spring that came in it was a little more appropriate because the spring that comes in it has a bit of travel and you kind of have to modify it.
Are you talking about your Stan Axis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the whole setup.
Whole setup.
Whole setup.
Yeah. Whatever you think.
Like I said, I don't like the fact that you can't put a quiver on it. I don't like the fact that it doesn't come in different colors.
Any quiver fit on? I mean,
not even a tight spot.
Standard. You can put a standard generic quiver on it because it's got sight mounts.
But there's
just
no
like anything
place
else.
to
There
mount.
is no quiver bracket set up for it. And I think that's a big oversight on something that's in that range and that size.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that it doesn't come in any flat color other than black. I don't like that. All the gear that's on it, I'm very happy with. I don't really think anything negative of any of it. I've been very pleased. It's I set that up after PA because I was struggling a lot with being able to point and shoot. My groups were terrible and I couldn't figure it out. And honestly, I kind of traced it back to the release. The bow was fine, and I built that title and built it as forgiving as I thought I could build a bow, and my group didn't look any different.
What are you pulling for poundage?
72.
70, yeah.
You must work out.
The bow I'll be shooting next weekend is like 85.
What?
Yeah.
What do you shoot next weekend?
Lift 33X.
At 85?
I'll twist
You
it up.
spun up an 80?
I juiced it.
Jesus.
Well, I wanted.
What are you shooting it at?
If you want to shoot 200 yards, you got to
Let
shoot
me
a lot
see
of
those
weight.
biceps. Give me a flex.
This is literally, you want that? This is like baby little chicken wings.
That's the
baby chicken
thumbnail.
wings?
That's the thumbnail.
There you go. There's nothing on there. It's not strength.
It's all
it's technique.
rhomboids, baby. It's all the rhombs back
It's
here.
all it's back there. But no, it's honestly, it doesn't really bug me to shoot it at all.
Yeah.
But I've traditionally shot in August, September. My early season hunting bow stuff's usually 80 to 85 pounds. And it's not a ego thing. My goal every year is to try to sight one of those things into 200 yards more than anything because it's fun. And if I shoot a lightweight arrow at a lot of weight, I can usually get there or get close to it.
What's the farthest you've ever shot at a target?
You should talk into your mic.
What is the
What is the farthest you've ever shot at a target?
ever talked away from your bike?
what is the farthest you've ever shot at a target?
Ironically, I've never tried to shoot farther than 200 yards.
That's pretty far.
Yeah,
That's like 2 football fields.
it is 2 football fields. It's exactly 2 football
How many
fields.
meters?
I don't know.
Pretty close to 200
Pretty
meters.
good, somewhere around
All
there.
right, Bobo. So
But I shot I shot a 10-inch 3-shot group at 200 yards
tell us about your rig,
once.
I did a lot
and
of
we're
research.
gonna be much quicker than that. Side
I
of the
did a
table.
lot of research in mine. I went with the Play School Deer Slayer. I got the top pin brush rest, and I've just got a 2-pin sight.
Are we in 1914 right now? What just happened?
Pretty much.
Okay, no, I
This is
know.
the bow that I
I
grew up
know
with.
you don't have any of those things.
Okay,
Give
I've
us
got a
the
Lift
rundown.
33. I've shot smaller.
Put your mic on your mouth. There you go.
You nasty
Imagine
boy.
it's a big black.
There we go.
The phrase I use is pretend it's prison.
You got a face for radio. So I shoot a Lift 33. I've shot shorter axle to axle bows, 28 I think, or 27 and a half, 30, and I like shooting something that's longer. 32 to 34. It's more forgiving. Let's see. I'm very happy with the QAD. The rest right there, and basically the Victory TKO. Let's see, the TKO arrows that I'm shooting. Yeah, they've been like we went back to the arrow part. I feel good shooting an arrow. Not that it's expensive, but it's consistent, and that's. And in a situation like that, I want to be able to shoot consistent. And when it's an F up, it's me. I know it is.
Yeah.
But I'd rather it be me than the product. So anyway, as far as release, you can ask my wife. I am a quick release. So
You're also shooting a front stabilizer that's this long.
It was installed backwards. Like I'm looking at his stabilizer, like,
when I'm shooting
that's
a
on backwards.
6-inch stabilizer and I've got it on backwards, yeah. I was in a hurry to put that thing on. I took it out of the case, spun it on there.
Did the bow steady up a little bit when we turned your stabilizer around the right way?
There's no
I
way.
couldn't tell.
No, you wouldn't because it's only a 6-inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
all
I
right.
thought about shooting longer, but I want this to be. I've always had kind of like a 3D bow that was just set up for that, but since I started shooting this Matthews bows, I want to be able to shoot the same consistency through hunting season. So I want the same setup, and I don't carry a long stabilizer on my hunting bow. Yeah, so 6 inches, and I can verify that too.
Maybe
He can
you
verify.
should carry a long
I
stabilizer.
do
on a hunting bow.
wonder if he would rock a 15, how it would work.
He could convince the ladies he's rocking a 15.
That's what I'm saying. When you add girth and length,
Multiply it.
It can't be any bigger than a can of corn.
You're not wrong.
Tim, what are you shooting?
Did you tell us one thing that could be better?
That could be better. My shooting.
Yeah, longer stabilizer could be better.
Longer stabilizer.
You got a back bar?
I'm going to tell you this. My eyesight.
Ditto.
This. I'm 63 years old. I'm almost 64, and it wasn't until a few years ago that it started really kicking in, where I need readers all the time. Like when I'm looking at my sight tape, yeah, I've got to really check it out. But when I put on the target, it's hard to focus. And,
Do you think the fact that a grizzly bear almost tore one of your eyeballs out, that's a factor at all? And
No.
I'm not joking, everybody, by the way. Do a little Googling. Like he was showing me pictures earlier. Like you literally almost lost an eye because of the bear.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. But I can tell you this, that I do have issues with this eye as far as like the tear duct is screwed up. But I don't think that had anything to do with my vision. I just think that's being old.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Old AF?
No.
Yeah.
Bob is old
So-
AF.
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Old time. Tim, do yours.
That's it.
Dart Sequel 35 ST.
Gay.
Unlike that side of the table, I'm shooting a hunting bow.
Oh, you mean the one that won the Lancaster Open in the target division?
It's just a snug 35 axle
The
axle
longest axle bow of the group.
in the hunting bow division.
That was in target bow division.
Do you think he's trying to compensate with that long?
He's trying to
axle?
argue that we're using target bows when he's using one that actually won a fucking tournament.
The Excel landslide with the smaller scope is at the 31.
Yeah.
31 with the Ranger pin. I really should just be a single pin, but it's a dual pin. I never use the bottom unless it's emergency or super long range.
That's the only reason.
What's
it's
an
there, dude.
emergency?
It's you got to shoot
case that
140
three
yards.
Buck 50, buck 60.
Yeah, you got to shoot 140 yards. Yeah. Podium bars. Unlike Brandon, I like
somebody's
to
fucking
I like
loyal.
to support my friends. And I do
You
think
are a tool.
I do think I actually, aside from Josh making them, I do kind of have a hot opinion. I think bars are actually relatively generic. I think they need to be a good piece of carbon, and not bullshit. And I think if it's one area, if a person wants to save money, you can totally do that by running a podium bar or something similar.
That's why I do it. Because there ain't really much of a difference.
Same, yeah. I mean, I could put on a super nice bar. And I think at times with a really long bar, maybe you do see vibration, but like these bars you're making are fine. I'm not finding extra added vibration with a third, even on the target bow. But anyway, we can't glaze Josh too much. I can see his head just getting bigger.
Are you going to use that same sight for hunting?
Yeah, I would actually, yeah.
And
Even though it's a little smaller housing, I would hunt with it.
You use, in a sense, a single pin?
It's a double pin.
I know it is a double pin, but pretty much single pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
Like
go to
the
that
same
double.
thing I've
You go to
used
that
for
double
like
pin.
25
and
years.
Are you
So
thinking, okay, that's
Foolish.
36 yards at the double pin?
So I would and it's got 2 needles, so I could tell.
Yeah.
But if I was say I was in the elk woods and I wanted to run and gun, maybe I set my sight on 30, and then I have, say, 30 and 40 covered. And then if it comes into 20, I just aim off a smidge. Something like that.
No, but that's the problem with those double pin is it's not that you have 30 and 40 covered. You have 30 and 62 covered.
No.
There's too much
This
of
is
a
more.
gap.
This is more
Those
like
are a lot closer than your ultra view
yeah.
stuff.
And plus, we don't run them way out or whatever. Like pretty close to the site.
Well, that's where the dual track shines because you can adjust the second pin,
I
so
like
you can make
that
it
too.
whatever gap.
Yeah.
you
I
want.
like that too.
And that's what I run and go.
All right,
with.
keep going.
So I think I gas strings, which have been good.
Are you running gas?
Yep.
Me
System
too.
X.
I'm running the Ghost XV, the poorer version of the.
You just want a different color servings is the only reason you do that. Don't make
It's
it
the
about
poorer
the
version.
pores.
Yeah.
Did you
And then for arrow,
time out. Did you even pay for those? I don't think you paid
for
for those.
arrows.
Poorer.
For arrows, the Victory HLR in the .03s with lighted knocks on the back and Josh's components on the front, and then the Stan Solex index release. Yep.
Clicker version,
Shooting
right?
behind you, I like the lighted knocks.
Clicker version, right?
No, regular.
Non-clicker.
Non-clicker, yeah.
Oh shit.
So what I like about my setup is I think the dart and grip is just like so simple, straightforward, and it's got a nice line in the back if you want to rest your hand. And what I don't like actually, I don't think 35 is the best option for hunting. I think if your focus was hunting, I think 33 or 31 would be a better option.
So are you implying you're using a bow that's not good for hunting to shoot this and begging on
Well,
us
it's
for
taken me
shooting
time to come to this.
target bows?
Yeah, it's taken me time to come to this. I had to get many arrows through the bow.
Liar.
Is this a comeback story?
many slockings on the course.
33 is the shit in that bow.
Yeah, I think
If you
the
ask me.
33 is really the
33
sweet
is-
spot. I think if
33
you
is the shit.
had any hesitation, the 33 is like the spot to go. And maybe you go 31 if you're short draw. Maybe you go 35 if you're more of a target archer.
That was the one I put together. In
Yeah.
Nashville was the 33.
So
Yeah, it still doesn't make sense to me that a short guy would be like, you know what, I'm short, I can use a 27. Because to me, it's still a shorter draw length is going to have a little more forgiveness.
Yeah.
But then wouldn't you just have that much more forgiveness going to a 33? Like, I think
it's like string angle and stuff and math and science or whatever.
Yeah, but like it's the same as me using whatever a 38. It's physics and math and science, but like I will shoot a 38 better than I'll shoot a 32.
Yeah, but you're not going to hunt with a 38 and clear.
I know that, but that's what I'm talking about. A shorter guy. I still don't know why you would ever encourage a short guy to shoot a bow that was short. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Because he's sitting in the blind and his torso is shorter, so he's got clearance. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like
you're not wrong.
What, Brandon?
I don't do that.
I think that's a fantastic topic, and we're going to bring it up on the Brandon and Josh podcast next.
Because this one's running a little long. The cameras
No. We love it. We'll let it roll forever, but
we'll keep serving.
Eventually, we got to record another podcast,
That's true.
and we don't want to burn all the hot topics,
all the hot goss.
Yeah. So we are deeply indebted after this trip. This is a nicer Airbnb than we should be in.
This is a nicer Airbnb than any of us have ever stayed in.
Yeah.
It would be, I can tell you though, we're going to need a bigger plunger upstairs.
It would be very nice if the people were interested in some archery supplies. They checked out podiumarcher.com.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
That's nice.
You can help pay for this Airbnb.
Ridiculously expensive Airbnb that we're in.
Exactly.
Oh,
we got discount code Bob L.
Discount code is Upper Decker.
Top D. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
We like discount code Tim C.
Sorry.
And it's a fun trip. It's not over yet, so there's a lot more cool shit that'll come out of this.
Just getting started, my friend.
Everybody will have a YouTube video as well. So
except for me.
But you'll be the star.
Bob, you don't have a channel. What do you want to do? You can make a YouTube video right now about your fruit basket and your balls hanging out of your freaking thing.
You could launch one. This could be the launch.
One right now.
This is your launch pad.
I'm looking at those sunglasses. Those would be pretty good for Dr. Bollet.
Are those Oakleys?
Yes, those are Oakleys.
Oh, really? I thought those were
No, those are 1999 gas station specials.
I was going to say,
gas station.
But they are polarized. It was the best I could find in polarized.
China is hurting your eyeballs, by the way, with these.
Dude, you should look at those. The tint goes from blue to warm to blue if you look through those.
Oh, the idea of that.
You can literally change your lighting.
He will not try.
Do you adjust your white balance by tilting your head?
He will not try the Pores glasses.
Yeah.
He will not do it.
He won't. So that's the pod. What do you think, Bob?
This is my first kind of video podcast with you guys, and I had a great time.
Yeah, it's a little song.
Tough keeping up with Tim because he's a little slow, but anyway, it was. You tell a good story.
Something like that.
I just want to close this by saying, way to shoot a target bow, Tim.